Ladies and gentlemen, here I am at DCA MMA with the co-founder, but he clearly does most of the work, Brandon Drilich. Mate, first of all, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Anthony not here, of course.
He's on the way, so I think he's I don't know where he is, but...
Now, we're here at the kids MMA class. Obviously chatted to a few of some of the most intimidating 10 and 11-year-olds I've seen. You clearly have one of the most advanced kids MMA classes. Are you aware of like how you are producing a factory of killers back there?
Yeah, obviously, the kids just want to be here, and they're bloody, some of them, obviously they put in the work, and we've got some kids with like obviously 50, 100 grappling matches, like freestyle wrestling, jiu-jitsu, whatever, so yeah, there's some scary kids on the mat, even I'm scared of.
Mate, gone are the days of when MMA was just like, almost like a daycare, like where you just dump the kids and go do something else, where like, how did you develop? I mean, you got kids that are about to fly for competitions and stuff like that for MMA. Like, how did you guys envision this, or has it just grown sort of organically?
Yeah, so obviously me and Anthony, we started training. I started training when I was around 10 years old, and jiu-jitsu, and then Anthony around 12. So coaching kids is very different to coaching adults, and it's not easy. Obviously, it takes a lot of different structure. And whatnot, so we use a lot of obviously what we've learned, and then obviously we've got a heap of coaches that are super experienced with kids. Like one of our head coaches, Sarah, she's got over 20 years in teaching kids, so she nearly specialises it. So a lot goes into the background. As you see in like this class right now, we've got 4 coaches on the mat, so it's not a lot of resources go into just a few kids. So yeah.
Is that a thing you have to do, or is that just a thing you do?
You don't have to do it, but yeah, we want to give the kids the best chance and have as much, obviously, if we only have 1 or 2 coaches, obviously it gets awarded out a bit, so we try to give them as much, one-on-one attention as they can get. Now,
you've got these kids getting ready for things like JMAC, and which is, of course, the junior MMA competition, the great Phil Cassidy working that. Now, what is it about junior MMA, and like why is it important? Because I'm assuming some people are just like, oh wow, you're making kids fight as children, but it's not about that, is it?
Yeah, I think it's completely up to the child. Like, we don't push any kids. This is the first actual 2 we'll have competing in the junior MMA. My understanding is only body shots, so neck down and below with leg kicks and grappling on the ground. So it's
quite short matches, aren't they?
Yeah, quite short matches, and obviously very regulated. You've got a referee there, and we're only putting kids, if the kids want to do it, it's just basically like a hard sparring match and fully regulated, no headshots, just a bit of fun, bit more than they would have experienced in a jiu-jitsu tournament. Like the 2 kids we have competing have competed well over 50 times, so it's just be another day in the gym.
Damn, so you think it's an important part of, and almost like the future of MMA will be a lot more of these like junior MMA competitions?
Yeah, I think the sport's changing in general. I think we're turning to like what other sports are turning into, where we're having such a big uprise in kids now coming into MMA, a lot of them coming from jiu-jitsu or grappling. So I think the next 10 years we're going to see a massive uprise in talent at a young age, and young people getting signed at a young age also.
And what would you say to parents that might be like a little bit scared? Maybe they're like soccer kids, basketball kids, football kids, and they might be a little bit apprehensive about putting their kids into mixed martial arts. Like, what would you say to sort of encourage them to do so?
Just can't go down to a reputable gym with a solid kids program. Even if just come down and watch it, I think the biggest thing is just finding out what everything's about, and come in and experiencing it for yourself. I think there's a lot of false expectations on what it actually is. So I think it's the biggest thing. Just come and give it a go and go from there. I think you won't be disappointed.
And finally, where do you think some of these kids behind us will go in the sport, and how far do you think? Like, do we got some world champions behind us?
Yeah, definitely. I think some of these kids, obviously, they stick to it. They're going to go all the way, I think. It's completely up to them. I'm just there to help facilitate it, and all the other coaches will just guide them. But yeah, I think wherever they want to go, they're more than capable of.
Do you reckon any of the kids behind us could beat any adults?
Depending what adults you're talking about, but yeah, honestly, some of these 15, 16-year-olds are like nearly built like grown men, so yeah, they can give the adults a good run for their money also.
Awesome, mate. Well, thanks for having me down at DCA MMA, and your kids' class is easily one of the best in the country. So congratulations and best of luck at JMAC.
Cheers for having me.
Anytime, mate.